Movflixtube presenting Deadpool. In the beginning of the story, we see where we are shown the Deadpool who's going somewhere in a taxi. He starts getting bored on the back seat. Then the taxi driver, who is an Indian, asks him, "Why are you wearing red clothes like Santa Claus?" Deadpool says, "I have to take revenge on someone for whom I waited an entire year." The taxi driver asks, "What did he do to you?" Deadpool then removes his mask and reveals his face, which is completely disfigured. He suddenly remembers that he left his bag of weapons at home. He realizes that he cannot go back because if he does, his enemy named Francis will escape. Despite this, he gets out of the taxi and sits on the bridge, waiting patiently for his enemy. After a while, enemy car finally arrives there. The Deadpool jumps onto it and begins to eliminate his men one by one. They shoot bullets at him, but one bullet that passes through Deadpool doesn't affect him at all because he possesses healing powers. If he gets hurt, he heals automatically. After he finishes killing everyone, two friends start searching for him. Eventually, Francis discovers him. He approaches Deadpool with his sword, extends it, and asks, "Francis, will you kill me? I haven't forgotten, have you?" Francis says, "Wade, you." Actually, the real name of Deadpool is Wade. Deadpool tells him that it is time to fix the condition you have done to my face. But before he could kill Francisco, Claus comes from behind, who is a mutant like Deadpool. He picks up Deadpool and throws him away. Claus has such power that he can transform his body into organic steel, and he does not want Deadpool to use his powers in front of the whole world. Actually, he is a friend of Deadpool, but wants to stop him so that the world could not know about his powers. Now seeing the opportunity, Francis runs away, which makes Deadpool very angry. He punches Claus, but since he is made of steel, Deadpool handbrakes. Despite this, he again kicks him, but his leg also breaks. And now Claus handcuffs Deadpool and takes him with him, but Deadpool jumps into a garbage truck and escapes. Deadpool then says that his story wasn't that painful, it was a love story. From here, the story transitions into a flashback where Deadpool, also known as Wade Wilson, was just an ordinary man. He used to take money from people and do jobs for them. One night, after finishing his work, he goes to a place where the owner is his friend. Actually, bets are placed in this club where fights take place. People bet on who will die in the fights. The name of this game is Deadpool. At the same time, a prostitute named Vanessa approaches the waiter. They start a conversation and share the incidents that have happened to them. After talking, they decide to go on a date and end up spending the night together. It has now been a year since they started seeing each other, and both are very happy in their relationship. On the day of raisins, Wade decides to propose to Vanessa, who has become his girlfriend, asking her to marry him. Vanessa happily accepts the proposal, and Wade is overjoyed. However, as he gets closer to Vanessa, he suddenly feels dizzy. Suddenly, he falls unconscious, and Vanessa takes him to the hospital. After examining him, the doctor tells him that he has cancer in the brain, liver, and lungs. Hearing this, Vanessa is quite shocked. She talks to the doctor about the treatment. But Vanessa knows that there is no cure for this disease. He just keeps looking at Vanessa. Vanessa says to Wade that, "Don't worry, we are together. I will never leave you." Wade says, "No, I want you to keep only our good memories with you. I can't live with you anymore," but she doesn't listen to him. After this, Wade goes to his friend, and his friend tells him that a man wearing a suit has been waiting you for a long time. Maybe he can help you. Wade meets that man. That man says that we can cure your cancer disease as well as you. You will also gain incredible superpowers within you, granting you eternal immortality. Wade initially refuses because he does not wish to become a superhero, but after much contemplation at home, he decides to leave the house at midnight. He contacts that man, and now he is transported to the lab on a stretcher. Upon arrival, he is tied to the bed, and then Francis arrives. He administers an injection to him. Francis explains that we do not work for any government agency. Here, individuals like yourself are granted superpowers. We will inject mutant genes into your body. This process will cure your cancer, and you will also gain numerous superpowers. However, this injection doesn't work in everyone's body. Sometimes our experiments fail. To make this experiment successful, we have to inflict a lot of pain on your body. That's why Francis beats him severely, gives him electric shocks, and keeps him locked in ice water with his friends to induce some change in his body. But it doesn't happen. Then he is tied to a bed where he talks to the patient lying beside him. Eventually, Francis arrives. Wade is locked in a glass container. Francis says that this is an airtight chamber in which you will not be able to breathe at all, and when you are about to die, we will leave a little oxygen inside it, due to which only your heart will work, and then it will be left like that. Due to this, you will either become a mutant or you will die. As soon as the air is taken out from the container, the oxygen of the entire body of Wade starts getting exhausted, due to which his body seems to be burning. Wade is suffocating inside. He is suffering badly, but Francis does not have any mercy on him. It seems that now Wade will die, but this does not happen. Rather, in this process, Wade becomes a mutant. After a while, Angel comes to him. She is also a mutant who has the power of speed, and she works for Francis. Wade then steals a matchstick from her, and at night he sets the lab on fire. When Francis comes there, he sees that Wade is not in his glass chamber. Then Wade attacks him, and Francis is also very powerful because he himself is a mutant. He inserts a rod inside Wade's body and leaves him in the burning lab and goes away. Now the next day, Wade comes out of the ashes. Wade says that everything in my body got fine along with my cancer. He goes to meet his girlfriend, and while he is following her, people see him and comment on how ugly he looks. Wade does not understand anything that is happening. He followed and reached the respondent. He saw his face in the mirror, completely burnt and very ugly. He left without meeting Vanessa and went to his friend at the bar. He tells his friend what happened. His friend says that no matter how ugly he is, Vanessa will not care because she loves him. When the friend sees his face, he is also shocked. Wade tells his friends that the one who can restore his face has run away. His friend replies that the man must think Wade is dead, but insists Wade must find him to restore his face. Wade agrees but mentions he must change his name. Then he notices a fighting board with the name Deadpool written on it and decides to name himself Deadpool from that. Now he crafts a suit and begins his search for the man. He spends a lot of time searching while Deadpool is busy killing everyone one by one. One day while washing his white suit, a lady advises him to use lemon and soda to remove bloodstains. She adds that if he doesn't want to do that, he should make a red suit instead. Deadpool likes her suggestion and eventually creates a red suit for himself. After extensive searching, he locates Francis's man, who had initially met him at the bar. He beats him up and demands the addresses of his friends. The story then returns to the present, showing Deadpool fleeing in a garbage truck. He was narrating the entire story to us. He departed from that place and returned home. E now resides aged with an elderly woman who is visually impaired and cannot see. On the other hand, Francis meets his friend Angel after escaping from Deadpool. He tells her that I have found out who the person in the suit is. He is Wade, on whom we had done experiments. You don't worry, I will finish him off. Power comes to his friend to ask about the offenses. Wade's friend did not know anything about him, and they find the picture of Wade and Vanessa there. As soon as they leave, Wade's friend calls him and tells him that some people had come to search for you, and they found Vanessa's name. It has been discovered. He quickly heads to the bar where Vanessa works along with her friend. However, he lacks the confidence to face Vanessa with his current appearance, so he decides to go to the bathroom instead. Vanessa's friend then informs her that someone is waiting outside the bar, suggesting that it might be her boyfriend. Vanessa becomes happy after hearing this. She thinks that it is a Deadpool, but when she goes outside, Francis is there. He catches Vanessa. When Deadpool comes out, he sees that Vanessa is not there, so he leaves them and goes back to his house. Then he gets a message from Vanessa's phone. It says that if you want her alive, then come and meet me. Now he finds all her weapons in a bag. He knows that along with Francis, there will be many people to help him, so he calls his 2 more mutant friends. There are some good mutants. One of them is Clauses, who possesses the powers of steel, which allowed Francis to escape last time. Another mutant is Megasonic, who has the ability to create explosions around her body. Now everyone has reached the location, but Deadpool has made a mistake again. Just like last time, he has once again left his bag of weapons in the taxi. He calls the taxi driver, but even here his luck does not favor him. Then the taxi driver meets with a small accident, due to which he is unable to pick up Deadpool's call. Deadpool says that now I will have to manage with my 2 swords only. Deadpool, Claws, Megasonic, and all 3 of them reach Francis' place. His people attack them. A dangerous fight takes place on the beach of Claws and Angel, while Deadpool and Megasonic fight from the rest of the gang. After fighting for a few time, Megasonic produces fire with her power and kill all. She takes Vanessa to Deadpool, and surprisingly, Francis is also present there. Both of them engage in a fierce fight on the beach. with Deadpool beating him very badly. Meanwhile, Angel is strangling Claus with a thick rope. Suddenly, Megasonic creates a massive explosion, causing the entire building to start collapsing. In a desperate attempt to save Vanessa's life, Deadpool locks her in an airtight container. When the whole construction collapses, everyone gets buried under the ground. Then Claus comes and takes Vanessa out of the container. Deadpool also comes out, but then Francis attacks him. Both of them start fighting. Deadpool is about to kill him with a gun, but then Claus comes and explains to Deadpool that you cannot kill people. You have to learn to forgive your enemies. However, Deadpool is Deadpool, and he does not understand the words of wisdom. So he shoots, and Francis dies right there. When Vanessa asks him where he has been for the last 1 year, Deadpool, that is Wade, tells her that now he is not the same as before. His face has got damaged. She asks him to remove his mask, and when he finally takes it off, she sees that his face is completely ruined. Deadpool looks at her and says, "I told you, now I am not the same as I was before." She responds, saying that this does not matter to her. She insists that soon she will get used to his face too. And now both of them come once again just like before and start creating a ruckus once more, just the way they used to create a ruckus earlier. There is also a second part of this movie, the link of which we have given in the description below. So this was the whole story of the film Deadpool. This film was released in 2016. Its rating on IMDb is 8. The budget of this film was $80.10 million, and it earned $182.6 million at the box office. We hope you liked this story, and if you liked the story, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment your recommendation for the next movie explanation. We will try to bring the same as soon as possible.